just retired as an AHJ after 23 years, and we just got into remote monitoring, and it's really been huge for us as a fire service. There were so many things that were missing, papers that would get lost, where now we have these remote monitoring that actually can tell us what's going on right now at that moment, and also give us heads up, hey, this is out of service, you need to go right now and check it out. So it's very big for us right now. Hopefully it's taken a lot of work away from the AHJs so they can actually focus on doing other inspections. Obviously the biggest difference is they're mobile. So they're in your jurisdiction one day and somebody else's jurisdiction. They may be in a totally different state. You know, they may come to Arizona during the wintertime and then go back somewhere else, in the summertime. That's the hardest thing. I know in Arizona we're going through the state fire marshal, and the state fire marshal is the one that actually goes through and does all the inspection and testing and maintenance on everything, and they put a little sticker. And that's the way we kind of did it because it's really difficult. And having the food truck people, if they come into my jurisdiction, they got to get a new inspection. They go to the next door, they got to do a new inspection. It's really burdensome on them. So trying to do a statewide program is probably the best way to go. Data centers are probably one of the top places that scare me the most. With the data centers, nowadays you're putting a bunch of lithium-ion batteries. Obviously that's where I've gone to now in my post-fire service career. But having that much lithium-ion batteries inside a building is very scary. So getting with the HJ, getting with the fire protection design team, making sure that everything is up to code per NFPA 855 or the fire code, that's the number one key, because that's a building. And that means the firefighters at some point have to go inside that building and make sure that there's no people that are down, or we have to turn the building over at some point. So that's the biggest one that scares me. It's those lithium-ion batteries inside a building. With electric vehicles, consumer products, micromobility devices, we just need a standard out there. We've done a really good job with the battery energy storage systems with NFPA 855 and Chapter 12. Now our next step, and there's going to be a new standard, NFPA 800, is going to be taking care of those batteries. And that's what we need. We need a standard on EVs, standard on micromobilities, and all the other batteries that aren't battery energy storage systems. Working for the Phoenix Fire Department for 23 years was the best. I had the best time. But as you get older, you start to see that, maybe there's a different path. And the fact that I get to work from home most of the time, I get to see my kids off to school. I'm not responding to a fire at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's a big thing. And I didn't really realize it like 10 years ago. But as I got older, it's very important that I get to be home for a little bit. So that was the biggest draw for me. Everyone should care about fire safety. It's your home, your business, wherever you are, it's all about fire safety, because if something goes wrong and you're not prepared, it's going to be bad. So even just checking your smoke alarms, making sure that battery is the full 10-year battery, little things like that. Do you have a fire extinguisher? Do you understand if you have some oil that's on fire and you put water on it, it's going to be a big fire? Stuff like that, because that's how we see all the people get hurt. In my career, I wanted my goal to be to have everyone in Phoenix understand that if you have oil on fire, then don't put water. And I tried my best, and it still happens. So public information, getting it out there, we need more of that. Two big ones, the oil fire using water is the big one. The other thing, and it's nowadays, it's a new thing for us, it's lithium-ion batteries. It's plugging in a lithium-ion battery into the wrong charger, using the wrong adapter. When your drill, DeWalt, Makita, whatever it might be, when that battery starts to kind of degrade, do you buy the actual brand, or do you go the off-brand because you save a little bit of money? That's the thing. We've had a lot of fires with the off brands.